Hello, African Confessions. I am back with another episode. There is a message that I want to share with you guys. The message reads like this. So I received this message a while ago. I was still waiting for one of our admins to give us a translation. The translation reads like this. Hello, Brother Nashi. I got involved in this thing that is called instant wallet cash ritual. My story goes like this. I am on my final year and I am studying in Botswana. I'm from Zim and my parents are currently residing in Bulawayo. On my first year, I met a lot of friends at campus and I became friends with a guy who was a member of a certain club, which I can't mention its name because it's still in existence in this school. It is more like a secret society, but a secret society for the rich. So I'm scared that if I mention the name of that secret society, maybe things might go bad for me. This club is only for rich students, students who have money and students who come from rich backgrounds. Members of this club mostly don't stay in campus like me, like in the student residential area. They had apartments outside school. They drove Porsche cars and wore expensive clothes from top to bottom. They would take turns on hosting the so-called all-white parties each and every day. Some of them will be called black parties. Some of them, if you go and attend those parties. So when you are attending some of these parties, there is this funny mask whereby you have to wear it. It is not that usual mask that people used to wear during COVID time. That kind of a mask, it covers your eyes and it leaves your mouth and your nose. That is the kind of a mask that we used to wear when we will be going to some of these parties. Sometimes we can wear all green or all red or all black. It was fun. I think maybe it was peer pressure. That is the reason why I ended up joining this club. And I was the only one who was staying in the school campus and the only one without a car. So each and every Wednesday, I knew I was going to be embarrassed because after every meeting, people would ask each other who was willing to take me home. Sometimes they will remain quiet for a few minutes, then someone will opt to take me home. It was embarrassing. I knew that each and every Wednesday, I was going to go through this embarrassing process over and over again. And they kept on telling me to buy a car, but I didn't have the money to buy a car. Plus, my parents are very poor, like the whole extended family, because when I left Bulawayo going to study in Botswana, everyone was just looking up to me since I was the first one in the whole entire history of our family to go to varsity. So I got to a point where I told myself that with the situation that I left back home, I'll do anything to get a car. I'll do anything to be rich in life. I thought some of these guys made money from buying and selling diamonds. That is what I thought, because the way that these guys were making money, I don't know where this money was coming from, because they had money every day. The more that they spent, the more that they had money left in their pockets. So I just thought that these guys, they must be dealing in diamonds. I never thought that there were rituals that were behind the money that they had. From the very first day that I attended this certain lecture at varsity, I met this girl. It was love at first sight. Even though I am from Zim and she's from Botswana, I had loved that girl and she had loved me too. We had initially planned to get married soon after school, and the end goal that we had, our future, we had already planned it out. We were going to end up in Europe, but she would always tell me to stop playing with those rich boys, and she always reminded me of the end game, because what we had planned was that I was going to study. After I had finished studying, I was then going to apply for a work permit. Then me and her, once we get married, we can at least apply for a permanent residency. And by doing this, I'll be able to take care of my family, because she knew my background. She knew that I came from a very poor poor family. So she kept on telling me to stop playing with those rich boys, and she kept on reminding me that the reason why I was in Botswana, I was there for schooling and nothing else. As I was becoming more and more like my friends in dressing and acting, I thought that she was just a jealousy low-class girl, thinking maybe I might start dating girls of upper class. Hence, I never listened to her because I was seeing these upper class beautiful girls. To me, this girl, she didn't even suit me anymore. So because of the embarrassment, one of my friends then said, it's about time that I link you up with the big boys so that I can level up, because I am dragging the club down. I was the embarrassment, the black spot in the club. He then asked me if I really wanted to make money. And yes, I wanted to make money. In my mind, I thought, finally, I'll be making deals, maybe involving diamonds and stuff. Then he said, no, the money doesn't come from anything illegal. Everything is legal and there are no diamonds that are involved. You just do the ritual. But the oath is that when you are given this ritual money, you have to spend that money and finish it. You don't have to give out the money, but you have to go out and spend the money. That guy told me that if I were to wake up and I find out that there is money in my room, I have to spend that money carelessly. That was the point that he told me, that I have to spend the money carelessly. If I try to budget the money will just vanish. So at that time, as a poor man, I was asking myself, is it possible to not be able to finish the money? So I thought of the situation that I had left behind. I thought of my family, and I said to myself, even if I were to be given all the money that is in the world, all that money will never be able to finish all of the problems that are in my family. The following morning, my friend came and he picked me up and he took me to that witch doctor. This witch doctor said that he does instant wallet cash and no sacrifices are required. He said no sacrifices. I was then given a 10 puller note, which was brand new. It was as if it had been withdrawn from the ATM. It was still smelling the bank. It was a brand new 10 puller note. In that 10 puller note, it was wrapped around a red cloth and a feather. I was told that this note should stay in my wallet no matter what, and I shouldn't take it out or spend it. That money should be in my wallet all the times. And the feather that was given to me, it was the feather of a guinea fowl. So I took that red cloth and the feather of that guinea fowl and that 10 rand puller note and that 10 puller note, and I went back home. All the money that I want will be coming from that puller. That is what that witch doctor told me. So he told me that I should keep it safe. I took my bag and I went back to campus. I slept, and the following morning when I woke up, I saw $100 note. I was shocked. Then I told my friend. We went, then we exchanged that $100 note to the local currency. After that, I went shopping. Every day I would wake up with money in my wallet. Every time that I got the money, I would hide it in my room. So since I had a lot of money, I became suspicious of my trusted friends, thinking that they will steal my money. Because of that, I looked for another room to rent in my flat. Now that I am renting, there is money everywhere. Everywhere there is money. I don't even know where to put all of this money, because each and every morning when I wake up, there will be piles and piles of money. So what I did, I ended up buying a residential stand back home. As we are speaking right now, my brother, I am building a house, a very big house in Zimbabwe, and my parents don't know that I am building this house. As far as they know, I am just studying in Botswana, but here I am filthy rich. There is no point to go to school anymore because of the money that I have. I even bought some shares in a bus company. This bus company has buses that are transporting people between Botswana and Zimbabwe. My parents don't even know that I now have shares in a bus company. I first thought of telling my parents that I am now dealing in diamonds, but they know that I am just a soft boy. They know that I'll never do anything illegal, and if I try to do anything illegal, I won't survive. And I know that if I tell them, they will see through my lies. Now I don't have any problem. Expect that this money is everywhere. Some of my rich friends are now finishing their courses and we will soon part ways. And that guy who took me to that witch doctor, he has already traveled abroad because he has finished his degree. So since I knew his name, I went and I checked his profile on Facebook, but I saw that his profile is blank. I don't know if he has blocked me or if he has deleted his Facebook profile. All that I wanted from him was to know how is he managing all of this money. And I am scared that if I keep on spending this money, maybe I will alert the local authorities. I'm afraid that they will come and ask me, how am I earning all of this money since I am just a student? All of this money is not in my bank account. This money just appears from nowhere, and I have to go out and spend that money until it is finished. That is the oath that I took. If I stop spending this money, I don't know what will happen to me. So what I do right now is that I go to the clubs, and by the way, I broke up with my girlfriend because there was this other time she already knew that I was now staying in a townhouse, so she was coming to my place here and there, but she kept on asking me where I was getting all of this wealth. So I knew that this girl was now the weakest link in my life. So I broke up with her because I was afraid that she was going to tell my parents that I have a lot of money. But the reason why she broke up with me, there was this other time she came to my apartment, then she caught me with another girl in bed, then she broke up with me. I have tried returning that 10 puller to that witch doctor, then he refused that 10 puller. He said, I cannot accept it since we are not related. The only advice that I can give you is that go and throw that 10 puller in the river, then the money will disappear. He said he is not sure that after I do that, things will continue going well for me in my life. Maybe I'll just live a life of bad luck since I would have thrown away all of my spiritual blessings with that 10 puller. As that 10 puller will be flowing with the river, so my life will be flowing with the river as well. Now I am about to finish my course and I want to go back home. I can't take this money because it is a lot of money. Even if I want to take it to the bank, I'll say, where did I get it? I can't even tell my parents. I don't know what to do now. I need help on how to get rid of this money. When I arrived here in Botswana, I never thought that I'll end up being a ritualist. This instant wallet has given me troubles. It's a lot and it's now becoming embarrassing. Each and every morning when I wake up, I have to pick up the money. The reason why I pick up all this money before the girls that I sleep around with wake up, because it is weird for someone to wake up and finds out that there are piles and piles of money everywhere in your room. Underneath the bed, on top of the tables, there will be money. But if I don't spend, some of that money will disappear. This money can never be fully spent. Please help me, dear brother. Dear listeners, right there was a message that I received a while ago from our dear brother. Please let us speak about this issue in the comment section. Strange things do happen in this world. Let us meet again in the following episode.